If you walk behind a typical rural homestead, you might find a garbage pit or a simple pit latrine. Look closely near some rotting fruit or waste, and you will likely see a thick, white, wingless maggot crawling around, feeding aggressively. If you leave that exact spot and return a week later, that crawling maggot will be gone. In its place is a completely different creature. It has complex eyes, 6 legs, and takes to the air as a fast-flying adult housefly. We often use the word growth to describe something simply getting bigger, but what we're seeing here is development, the process of a living thing becoming more biologically complex as it ages. Living things cannot simply inflate like balloons as they age. To survive, they have to physically change their shape, their structure, and their abilities. Transformation begins microscopically. A single fertilized egg divides into identical cells, but identical cells cannot function alone. They must stretch and fold into specific shapes. Some become long nerve cells, others pack tightly into dense muscle cells for movement. Think of young students entering secondary school. At first, everyone studies the same general subjects, but over time they specialize or differentiate into specific roles. One focuses on medicine to become a doctor, while another learns the skills to become a builder. By specializing, the cells create a division of labor. This allows the entire organism to perform complex tasks efficiently. Insects apply cellular change through metamorphosis, taking one of 2 paths. On the left, the housefly undergoes complete metamorphosis: an egg, a feeding maggot larva, a resting pupa, and finally the winged adult. The hard brown pupa shell looks dead, but it's highly active. Inside, the larval tissues dissolve entirely and spend massive amounts of energy rebuilding into the complex winged adult. On the right is the cockroach. It takes the second path, called incomplete metamorphosis. It skips the pupa stage entirely, moving through only 3 steps: an egg case, a nymph, and the adult. The cockroach nymph hatches looking very similar to its parents, eating the same food. The main difference is that the nymph lacks fully developed wings and reproductive organs until it matures. By completely rebuilding their bodies, insects like the housefly can use entirely different food sources and habitats depending on their stage of life. A maggot eats rotting waste on the ground, while the adult fly consumes exposed human food, meaning the young and the adults never have to compete for the same meal. Understanding these life cycles directly impacts human health and farming in Uganda. Creatures that carry and spread sickness, like mosquitoes and houseflies, begin their lives concentrated in small, localized areas. Maggots stay trapped inside the waste of latrines, and mosquito wrigglers are confined to tiny pools of stagnant water. Once they complete their metamorphosis, they emerge with wings. An adult mosquito can fly kilometers away to spread malaria, while an adult housefly carries germs from a latrine to a kitchen table. Knowing how these insects develop gives communities an advantage. By treating stagnant water or properly covering latrines, you can destroy these pests in their vulnerable, stationary larval stages, breaking the cycle of disease before they ever take flight. This timeline traces human growth. We grow and mature in one continuous path through infancy, childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. Adolescence brings puberty, driven by hormones. During this time, males experience a deepening voice and broadening shoulders, while females experience widening hips and breast development. Along with these physical shifts, the brain is rewiring itself. This triggers massive behavioral changes, allowing a growing teenager to handle deep, abstract thinking. The physical and emotional shifts of puberty can be confusing, but they serve an essential biological purpose. They are nature's way of preparing the human body for adult survival and reproduction. The same rules apply across the entire biological spectrum. Whether a cell turns into muscle, a maggot forming wings, or a child entering adolescence, the core pattern repeats across all life. Simple growth increases size, but development brings the complex specialization required to survive. From the latrine to the classroom, life cannot remain static. It must constantly